Hello there, you gorgeous lot. Welcome back to another fantastic show here on Crafters TV. It is a launch day, and what of course that means is that we are bringing you a product that you will never ever have seen before here on Crafters TV, and this one is epic. It's knock it out the park epic, and I know you're going to absolutely love it. We will of course be talking about the Gemini Create a Card Scene Edgeable Die Collection. 6 iconic festive scenes that you're going to be able to create into a whole manner of different card concepts. It's already busy. I'll take you through exactly what you're getting in just a few minutes time after I have introduced my special guest for today, and it is the head mistress of Crafters TV herself. Jan is back in the building. How are you, Jan?
I'm good, thank you, Joe. I've got a bit of a croaky voice, but apart from that, we're still standing, so we'll see how we get on today. But very excited to be bringing another launch day, and these are almost like a hybrid, I think, Joe, because they're like a creator card because the design creates your whole card, but they're also an edgeable. So the design works on the edges of your card. So I've just got one of each of the designs to show you, and then obviously we're going to try and fit as many demos in as we can. I have got one for each design, but we'll see how we get on during the show. So this one's the Elegant Angel there, and you can see how when it's actually popped together, we've got elements of the die that are still free cut, just to pop out and give you that 3D element there.
Awesome.
So literally place on the edge of your card wherever you need them, and you've got that beautiful, beautiful finish. So she's the Elegant Angel. We've also got Mary and Joseph in that collection. Okay, so
Love
those
that,
ones are done on the craft with a little bit of paper piecing, and I'm going to, not this particular design, but we're going to do some paper piecing on this one later in the show. Wouldn't be Christmas without the tree in there, so we've got the traditional Christmas tree in there, and I love how half of it is all beautifully die cut and the other half cuts into the card, which is traditional with those edgeables. And then we've got the reindeer forest. That's really cute. All right, so he stood there looking through the trees, and again, you know, you can do these in your cardstock. This one's actually had some pens, some watercolour to it, however you like. We've got the joyful snowman and his lady, I think, there as well. Absolutely beautiful. Again, that's been inked through the die, so we're going to use that one later on as well. And then the 6th one in the collection is the town of Bethlehem, and again, just stunning designs, and it depends whether they're in a portrait or a landscape. Some of them, you know, fit either way, and again, just cut onto those cards. This one's just got a slight dome on there as well, so we're going to try and cover lots of different card styles with them this afternoon and work our way through all the designs, I think, Joe.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, very busy already. Let me run you through exactly what you are getting in this brand new collection. You are going to get 6 fabulous designs. So in here, first up is the Elegant Angel. Now, the great thing about these is cut them in, use them as that edgeable, or cut them all the way out and use them as a topper. As you can see, it's been done here on all of these boards. Now you've got that wonderful Elegant Angel in there, the snowflakes there as well. They're those dies that the more you look at them, the more sort of detailing you start to see in there. I love the fact that there's a variation of themes as well, so it's going to really enable you to do a whole host of different sort of styles of Christmas projects as well. You've got that tree in there, which is fantastic. That's your traditional Christmas tree. This one here, I know a lot of you love to create a sort of reason for the season style projects, and this one's going to be fantastic for that. This is Mary and Joseph that you can see just there. This next one, I love this. This one here is the town of Bethlehem. Now look at how much intricate detail we're able to pack into these dies that you've got here, and they cut like a dream. Jan's going to show you that as we go through the show. This one here, these look a bit cheeky, these chappies. There's something quite playful about these snowmen that we've got here. This one is your joyful snowmen. They are, if they were going to be anything, these snowmen, they are joyful.
Whimsical, aren't they?
Yeah, really lovely. I know you're going to have so much fun creating with these. And then also, you've got the reindeer forest in there also. All available individually or on 2 for £23 or $27. Of course, the best way to get the best value is to go for all 6 of them together. You will also get the die brush and sponge included in there as well for that price, which is amazing. I'm just being informed already 10% of our launch stock has gone. Very, very busy on these already. I knew they would be. They give you so much detail in just one pass. If you want to get in touch with me, maybe you've got some questions about these or anything else in the show, maybe suggest some suggestions on how you're going to use them, let me know. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you're across on YouTube. I'm there and waiting to have a good old natter with you. But for now, I guess we best get cracking, Jan. Where do you want to start?
We're going to start with that Elegant Angel, Joe. So we're going to use this one first, and I'm going to keep it fairly basic on the first card, and then as we work our way through, we'll look at different card styles and how you can use these with them. So in your kit then, we're going to get a decent sized piece of metal there, and it says we're looking at 6 inches tall on this one and just under 4 inches wide. So you can see there we've got that piece, and as is traditional with an edgeable, there is no cutting edge on this side here. So if we take this off the carrier sheet, this is going to cut into our card, and I've just got a card blank ready, and it's going to stay attached at this side because of that edgeable sort of system on there. The rest of it has got beautiful filigree die cutting in there, and we're going to actually encompass here, and this is something that I sometimes forget to do, but all our dies, any dies that you buy, are a die essentially, and then we're actually going to emboss it as well, because there are some areas on here that are open without a cutting edge, and then we're going to stencil through it as well. We're going to push some ink through there. But just a quick word on those spaces where, for example, round the snowflakes here, if I lift this one a little bit closer, we've got the details of the snowflakes with no cutting edge around it. So when you have a good look at your dies, there's some pieces here, there's some pieces at the top here, we've got elements inside the die that don't have a cutting edge around that piece. That's a dead giveaway that it's able to be embossed. Perfect. So just by popping your rubber embossing mat in here as well, we're going to get some detail showing through. So let me show you what I mean. We're going to grab a little bit of low tack tape there. I've lost my end. There we go. There's nothing worse, is there?
Oh, nothing worse than losing your end.
So I've just got stamping card for this one. This is our white stamping card, and I've literally just gone for 5.5 inches square on there. I'm going to open it out fully, and we're going to work on this side, which will be the front of the card.
I just want to say, if you can hear this at home, we are having some very extreme weather at the moment in the northeast. We are having rain of biblical proportions, it would seem. Honestly, I feel like we're in like a shack somewhere in the rainforest,
tonight,
like in Brazil maybe, or Argentina, or somewhere in Central South America. We're not. We are in Costa del County, Durham. We're just having a lot of rain.
It was brilliant sunshine and 21 degrees when I drove up here this morning from home as I came up the motorway, and now I think we're going to need our wellies and a canoe to get home.
So if you can hear that, that is just the rain that you can hear.
So right, all I'm going to do then is I'm just going to put the outermost piece of the die here. This is the widest piece, and we're actually going to pop it to the edge of the card and then line the rest of it up with the card blank itself. In fact, I'm just going to push it in a little bit there because I can. All right, and then tape this to the piece that we know is literally going to be cut away at this side. And then I'm going to bring my Gemini plates in. I put them in a safe place. What have I put them? There we go. And again, depending on the size of your project, all of these, the dies themselves will fit in the junior plates, but it depends what size project you're working on. So I've actually got my large Gemini plates out there just because I've got a larger piece of card. So I'm going to pop it down on here. Then I'm going to put my plastic shim in with the magnetic and the top, and I'm going to pass it through the first time to do the cut part of the die. So this is going to go through our large Gemini, and then I'm going to bring in that rubber embossing mat, and I've just got the junior one because I only need to cover the area where the die is actually on. So we'll take that through there, and then I'm going to flip it over. And without actually dislodging this out of the die, I want to keep that in place. And then
do you want to know something truly hilarious, Jan?
Pardon?
Do you want to know something truly hilarious?
Go on.
I've just been informed the windows are down on my car.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and they have been for the last 10 minutes.
Wow. Is it filling
like
up then
at
out
least
there?
2/3 of the way down.
Oh, nice.
John to the
Right.
rescue. He's out there in the pouring rain, shutting the
bless
windows.
him. In his galoshes and his...
What am I like?
It really is. The roof here is flat, so whenever it rains, we get that horrendous noise.
I'm going to definitely have a soggy bum on the way home tonight, Jan.
So what I've done then is I've taken the rubber embossing mat and popped this over the side that's actually facing up where the cutting mat is. Then I'm going to pop my clear plate back on, but I've taken out the magnetic shim. These two never go in together. So if you're putting the embossing shim in, take the magnetic shim out. Otherwise, it just makes it too thick, and it's usually the sort of thinnest item that gives, which is your embossing mat, and it does tend to sort of try and screw it up. So I'm just going to pass that back through for a second time, and that's going to push the cardstock through those areas that we've got those pieces with no cutting edge on. So just take that through, and then we're going to bring in some ink as well to do sort of the third part of that stage. So let's have a look what we've got first. I'm just going to get a little bit of static in there, so I just want to release the whole thing there.
Yeah, I've just been informed it is like a pond in my car, apparently,
no.
Jan. The seat had a puddle in it, apparently, the driver's side.
We'll have to go out there with the extension of my non-existent heat tool, Joe.
Yes, I think we may need to. I
Here
think we
go.
may need to. Alison wants to know if these would work well on a 4x6 card, Jan.
Yes, I don't see why not. Yeah. Again, you'll see what I've done here. I've got a little bit of cardstock left. So where mine's situated, I've got a gap here with my fold because I'm going to pop some ribbon round. But obviously you can actually bring this closer and just do the, if you look at these ones, we've got that 4x6 style, and that works beautifully. Yeah? And the angel one, this is the one that I showed you at the top of the show. So that is your 4x6 card, and they fit on there beautifully.
Awesome.
Okay, I just chose to extend it a little bit so that we can add a bit of embellishment as well. So I'm going to remove the tape nice and gently off there, but this part is actually the waste anyway, so always try and stick your tape to the waste bit that's going to get cut off if you can. So we just roll that back and get that away from there. And then what it's done, where those areas that had no cutting edge, it's pushed the cardstock up through that edge. But just before we do that, I'm going to take my die brush, because obviously when we emboss, it is pushing that cardstock into your die. And we're going to give you the die brush with this collection today.
Handy to have that, isn't it, Jan?
It is. It releases the paper. It sort of reduces the chance of snagging it in the die. You can see now how that's come away nicely. And there's not a massive amount left in there. They're actually great for cleaning out your dies when you're finished as well. So we'll pop that to one side. I've got a few little bits left in there. That's the edge that we've taken off. Let's move all those out of the way, and then the little pieces that are left there in the middle, we can use that brush just gently over the top, and it will help dislodge these out of the middle. And if there are any stubborn ones left, in comes the pokey tool, and we can just pop those out of the middle there. So we get the idea. So I've got one that I've actually done ready, but I just want to show you that other, because I think we all tend, I'm guilty of this, I tend to forget about the stenciling through the die. And again, there are areas that are available to actually use with the ink. So I'm not going to spend too long popping all the pieces out there, because I want to show you that next stage. She says going back for another piece.
Getting lots of tips on how to dry out my car after the show, Jan. Apparently turning it on with the heating on full and the windows up. Good way to get rid of it. A lot of people letting me know about their fails when it comes to windows down on cars. Says I'm not the only person. I mean, as you said, it was glorious out there earlier.
I know. It's just changed, isn't it? Just like that. It just happened all of a sudden, just as we were about to go live. We're like, what is that noise?
What's going on? It's getting really, really busy on these, Jan. The snowman, in particular, people absolutely loving that on its own individually.
A good one,
but most of you going for the whole collection. I'm also hearing the reindeer is very busy. Lots of you on the website at the moment in the ordering process. We will get to each and every one of you, don't you worry. But yeah, it's very, very busy out there at the moment. Jan Robbins, you know, the lovely Jan in Ravello in Italy, says, hi Jan and Joe, making Christmas cards in the heat with fans everywhere, causing a few problems with my glitter. What a difference.
Blowing it around, yeah, it's like chalk and cheese, isn't it?
It really is.
Right, I've brought my little ink daubers with me. You've seen these before with all the different, I have one for each colour in our range, and I've also brought the Bordeaux opaque pigment ink, which is the darkest one of the red series there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use that little finger dauber with a bit of the ink. And where we've got gaps now here, what I've done is I've popped this, it's almost like a jigsaw piece. If you pop it here, you can feel it click back into place over the actual die cutting there. So wherever we've got a gap, I'm literally just going to pop that ink through there, and it's going to add some extra detail then. So it's going to pick up those areas that were embossed, and it's just going to highlight them. And you can do this in whatever colour you wish. You could actually pop your sticky ink through here and then emboss over the top of it. If you wanted to use some of those gilding polishers, the Cosmic Shimmer ones, I know a lot of you bought those when we first brought them onto the show. They would work just the same through here. So again, just taking time to work your way around there, and just making sure it's pushed through those areas. There's one or two little spaces where I can see through into the cardstock. And what that does then, it just adds a little bit. When I take, oh, I've missed one there, look. When we take this away now, you can actually see now that we've got that extra detail on there. Look,
oh,
just
I love
to add
that, Jan.
that little bit more.
So elegant, isn't it?
It just adds a finishing touch, I think, to it. So let's pop that one back in there out of the way and get rid of the ink. And then I'm just going to flick over, just because I'd got this one ready earlier and I've added a couple of gems to it as well. So let's just move that one out, and you can see where I've gone a little bit heavier with the ink here, and then just in the centre of the snowflakes there I've just added a little tiny red gems in there. And then what I've done is I've created some mats and layers, and on the show we've also got, I love these luxury card packs. I've got them in all the colours. I've chosen the red for this one, so we've got the red Miri card there, and then the paper is from the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, which is also on the show. So I've made one to go in the back here. So we're going to stick that one in, and I've brought us a brand new tape pen today, because I always end up with them running out on the show. I did. Before I came, I thought, right, I'll go in my adhesive cupboard, because I know I've got some stash in there, and we'll have a brand new one, because I just get through them. Honestly, I think I must get through literally one a show. Right, just make sure my music scores the right way up there. And this is the reverse side of one of the papers. They are absolutely beautiful in that pad. So that one's going to go in the back just there. And then I've got a narrower one that we're just going to pop down this side. But before we add that on, I've been in my ribbon stash and I've popped some tape on the back ready. And we're just going to wind a piece of that red ribbon to echo that lovely red Miri card there and keep that theme going. And that's just going to go along the centre and then literally wrap around the back there. And then we can stick that on as our mat and layer. So we've just worked with those 1/4 of an inch increments again, just so that I've got a nice border around it all. And that one's going to go on there like so. Now I'm not going to do much more to the angel. We've got those little wings there that are free cut, so you can lift those out to make those decorative. All I've done is added a sentiment from my stash there. We've got the Joyeux Noël. Okay, that one's going to go on the bottom there. Make sure that doesn't stick through. And then I've got another little bit of ribbon. I put my glue gun on just to add on top. And as I say, keep this one fairly simple to start off with. And then as the show goes on, I'm going to show you different ways in which you can use these on your cards. So that one's just going to go on there, and we've got a really nice sort of simple, what did I say, we were on 5.5 inch square there, that one. And if I turn that round for you to have a look at from the front, She's just beautiful.
Really
But again,
gorgeous,
you
isn't
know,
it?
the one that I showed you here, if I bring this little one in, this has actually got some vellum behind the skirt and the angel here, which looks gorgeous. It may be that you want to put some pattern paper behind her. Again, they lend themselves for paper piecing. We're going to do a little bit of that on one of the other demos, but all those cut pieces just lend themselves, I think, for the paper piecing. So that was number one with the elegant angel there.
Just goes to show you as well how you can very quickly create something that is impressive and looks like you spent an awful lot of time on it. I'd say, Jan, wouldn't you, that that's something anyone could do, no matter what level they are in the craft room?
Absolutely, and that's why I started quite basic, Joe, so that we're literally letting the die do all the work, because that's what you're paying for. You know, you've got that create a card element in there on an edgeable die. You don't actually need to do a lot more, you know, just a few pieces of your, you know, paper from your stash, stamp sentiment, and you're good to go. It doesn't need much more than that, does it? That is gorgeous in its own right.
And the great thing is, because they are an edgeable concept, it means you can do all the things that you're already doing with all your other edgeables. So whilst it is a new concept, kind of putting the two things together, you're not having to learn something new or do anything differently than you've done before. And it means that all the edgeable concepts for which there are hours and hours and hours of inspiration and masterclasses over on our website, it's all still relevant to these. So you're absolutely going to be doing the same thing you're already doing, just getting more interest, more detail, which is excellent. Let me just go back through them for you. They are available individually should you want them. Details will appear along the bottom of your screen. The best way to get the best value, of course, is to get them all together. Here's that elegant angel that you can see there. So again, really lovely that you've got all the intricate detail, and then that liftable element in there as well with the wings. I think that's a really gorgeous classic design. We've then got the Christmas tree, again going to be beautiful. Imagine with this flooding elements of this with things like your glossy highlights or you know, any of your coloured mediums that you want to put in there. I think it's going to look beautiful should you wish to do that. Then of course this one here is Mary and Joseph. Great maybe for more sort of religious themes that you want to create, of course with your Christmas projects. Then we move into this one here. This one is your Bethlehem scene. Again, think about using these as an edgeable, but look how here this has been done as a horizontal edgeable with a side opening. How about turning that into a domed front and using it in front or behind of another project that you're already doing? There's so many things. It's like one of those sets, this. Creativity breeds creativity with these. I think you're going to start coming up with loads of different ways of using them. This one here again is on a side opener. This is one of the most popular individually, those snowmen, and then you've also got that reindeer forest in there too. Again, really lovely, loads of intricate detail within there. I think they work equally as well as a topper as they do as an edgeable. You've got the option to use them in both ways. Are you going to use them as a creator card? Are you going to use them as an edgeable? It doesn't matter, you've got the choice. So it's great that you're getting almost 2 for 1 in the same dies. Best way to get the best value is to get it all together. You're also going to get that die brush included in there as well. You're looking at $67.99 or $79.95. Platinum price here under £55, under $65, which is tremendous value for money considering you're getting really 6 creator card style edgeables. Brilliant price on that. I must let you know already, actually, a fifth of the stock now has gone. We're having a very busy start to this launch day show. Lots of you got your orders in on these already, letting me know, and they are on their way to you. Lots of you in the ordering process right now. Let me also share with you something that I think would go brilliantly with these particular dies. This is going to be great for all of your Christmas crafting. It's a real essential. It's a luxury cardstock. Now, the great thing about a luxury cardstock is what you actually get is the same colour but in 3 different finishes. So you're going to get the glitter 30 sheets, the mirror and the matte mirror. You get 30 sheets of each within, you get 10 sheets of each within here, so 30 sheets total. You're going to get it in that gorgeous Christmas green, the amazing opulent silver, and that beautiful warm Christmas red in there for you as well. A lot of you got choosing to multi-order on this one at the moment. Under £16, just over $25.50 for platinum members. So do grab those. Another great deal for you on the show that I know you might want to go for is our Ultimate Tape Collection. Now, what you're going to get in here is you are going to get 2 of our Dotty tape pen, great for all of those intricate detailed jobs you might want to do. 2 of our extra strong tape pens as well. If you've not had our tape pens before, they are super duper strength, and there's loads on each roll as well. So you get absolutely loads within here. You get 22 meters in total, which is 72 2 foot. That's a lot, Jan, isn't it? And what you're also then going to get is 2 sets of our low tack tape as well. The brand leader, I think you'll be playing close to this just for the low tack tape alone. I mean, the value is off the chart when it comes to the adhesives that we bring you here at Crafters TV. Under £18, under $25 for Platinum members if you want to go for those ones. Just do some quick hellos. Lots of people tuning in from all over. Sarah is saying hi from Australia. She's in bed with a hot chocolate, all snuggly and warm.
Oh,
no wonder, because it's
nice.
Probably well after midnight there.
I think that's where I'd like to be at the moment.
Lisa is in New Jersey. Sue's in New Jersey. That's how they say it, isn't it? New Jersey. Sue is in Palm Harbour. The lovely Lynn, of course, is in from Essex as well. Alison was asking about the size of A4 cardstock. I didn't have a clue, but luckily, Rachel's our social media superstar. She's on it. It's 8.3 by 11.7 inches. There you go. And lots of you, any particular questions that you've got, anything specific that you want to know, then get those questions into me. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion across on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe if you are watching us over on YouTube. Which one would you like to look at next then, Jan?
We're going to go for Mary and Joseph
Okey
next,
doke.
all right? We're going to do a little bit of paper piecing. So I've got a slightly different style card for you and just some matting and layering. And again, we're going to let this one do all the talking. So lovely, lovely design again. All the same size, so they're all roughly about 4 inches by 6 in total. But it depends how tall you make your card as to where the cut-off points are. So the edge finishes here and finishes here, and like I said, there is no cutting edge around this side. They are all worth putting through twice, just that extra pass through your machine to actually get that lovely embossed detail. I've just seen a little pesky piece still sat in there we go. So this time I've taken a piece of cardstock that measures 10 inches by 6, and I've scored it at 1 inch and at 6 inches. So I've created a 5 inch by 6 inch panel here and a 4 inch by 6 inch panel here, and then this bit's going to be a glue tab to actually add another piece on, which is 6 by 6. All right, I'm not going to stick that one on just yet because I want to do the die cutting. So this is actually going to work as like an accordion style. We're going to have it like this. So we're going to have a piece that opens up here on the front, and then it's going to open like accordion style, like so, when it's finished. So what I want to do is cut my detail into this smaller panel here at the front. So again, we're just going to take some tape and tape it down. I would advise that because obviously when you're working on something that's the same depth as your die, you don't want it sort of moving around. So literally just going to position that so that the die is at the edge of the card. Pop the tape on there, and you can see again we've got those pieces straight away that are going to create those embossed areas. So let's just pop that one on and a little piece on there, and then again, because it's a longer length of card, we're going to come in with that large cutting plate. In fact, I'm going to pop the metal shim in as well, I think, because that other one had only just cut in the centre. Because they're very, very detailed, I think we'll actually go with the metal one.
So is there a rule of thumb when we use that metal shim, Jan?
I always tend to try them without first. If you've got something that's got a lot of detail, and by detail I mean a lot of cutting points, sometimes it just needs the metal shim, because you're cutting metal against metal, you're going to get a nice clean cut. But I tend to try mine without first. My Gemini at home is very, to say that I've been using it such a long time, it has got a really keen amount of pressure. So I always test them first without to see whether you need it, and if not, you can always pop it back through with that metal plate in. So again, I'm going to flip those plates over. I'm going to take the metal one away, and I can see now there that we've got all that intact now, all those cutting edges there. I've actually made contact with that metal plate. And then what I'm going to do is pop again just that rubber shim over where we've done the die cutting, slip out the magnetic shim because they don't go in together, and then pop that one back on. All right, so we're going to put that through, and this time instead of actually doing the inking through, we're actually going to do some paper piecing this time.
Okie doke. Lots of you chatting away with us still. A lot of people saying that they just had to order these. Maria's gone for them. Susie T got them yesterday. So excited to see what Jan creates with these. Sally's loving them. Susie T says, Joe, lovely to see you back. And you're looking very handsome in pink. Thank you, Susie T. Rachel, our social media superstar, says, oh, no. I think that must have been about the windows in my car, obviously.
Yeah,
a lot of people talking about Deborah saying, I've done that before with the sunroof. I just started up my cars and turned the heating on. I've actually done it 2 times in a row now, will I learn. I did once a long time ago, I had a convertible, Jan, and I did have a bad habit in the summer of leaving the roof off at night. And got caught out
in this
more than one occasion.
Very risky, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit
risky. The
risky.
weather over here is bizarre. As I say, 1 minute
very
it's
strange.
Really nice, bright sunshine. The next minute, and it sounds as if it stopped again now. Can't
It
hear
has.
it now, yeah?
It has indeed. Diane, really intrigued to see you using them as a stencil, these dies. She didn't realise she could do that with the dies, so she's very thankful to see that.
You can do that with most of your dies, to be honest. If you check them out and have a look at how they're put together, most dies have got that feature in them where you can stencil through them.
Mary Lee saying, absolutely love this angel, ordered yesterday for myself and a friend. Fiona shared an easel card that she'd made using one of these. Can't wait to recreate that. Gilmore says, I can imagine all of these dies sparkled up a little bit. Maybe a little bit of bling on there, Jan. We're all about that life, aren't we?
Just hang on, keep watching.
Keep watching. There's always a bit of bling. Always a bit of bling. Suzette says, I'm so in love with this collection. I've ordered them all. Susie T saying how amazing that cardstock is as well, that luxury cardstock. And Cheryl says, woohoo, got my order in. Lots of you getting your order in at the moment as we speak. It is getting very, very busy. Most of you choosing to go for the whole collection. Really nice to create a whole suite of Christmas cards using these 6, I can imagine, Jan.
One of each scene would be lovely, wouldn't it? And again, if you're making your things to sell, one of each of them in that little 6x4 size in a gift box to actually sell, they would go down a treat.
They really would.
As Christmas cards. So I've just popped it on the mat there so that you can see all that lovely detail in there. And we've got just a few elements where there's the straw on the roof here, there's some extra little star detail, there's a little bit at the bottom where it's pushed it through that embossing folder. And then ideally what I'm going to do is pop a piece of acetate behind there. So I'm going to swap to my dotty tape pen, and just on the back of here now we can actually pop a little bit on the outside and then just catch some of those areas on the inside as well. I want to make sure that this is stuck down so that we can then start and add some of those paper pieces back in. So I'm going to pop this right up to the fold.
Love how, Jan, these are so detailed and have so much open space, but they are still structurally sound.
Of
you know,
course.
we see so many dies, don't we? Not necessarily, not here at Crafts Companion Crafts TV, but I've seen other dies out on the market whereby you cut them and then they're literally just like, they just flop around.
I've had them like that before, Joe, to be honest. But yeah, the only reason I'm putting the acetate behind this one is because I need somewhere to stick in the little the pieces that we're going to paper piece. So you can see there that we've pretty much got the detail, and then this one is going to go onto here like this. So we've got that makings of the card. Now I'm going to swap this piece because obviously the paper piecing does take a little bit of time. So I've actually started this at home, and you can see there that's the one we've just cut with the clear acetate behind, and I've done exactly the same at home, but I've added a little bit of ink and I've started filling in some of those details on the paper piecing. So there's just a few bits left to do. And the way that I've done that is taken some pieces of scrap cardstock from the paper pads and look at what area on the die. So for example, the palm trees, I would just cut some that fit over the palm trees, pop that through the machine and you can cut it out. You could probably do a lot of this at once actually. You've actually got the palm tree in there as well. So again, if you pop this one on and the donkey, you can pop this over the little donkey and just build it up so that you've got some areas that are cut out.
Lots of questions coming in about this die size, Jan. I know they're sort of roughly 6 inches by just over or just under 3.5. Most of them are 3.5, some of them 3.4, some 3.7.
They would sit perfectly. As your minimum requirement, you would need a 6x4 inch card there. So they would actually sit perfectly. Anything bigger than that, obviously you're going to have no trouble with at all.
Awesome.
All right. So again, what I've done is I've just been busy with these and I got some ready and put them through the sticky. machine. So I'm just going to spend a minute or so and finish this one off, because these just slot nicely because it's all die cut and I've run them through that sticky machine. We've got the pieces there to just finish popping this together. As I say, I thought I'd get it started because it can take a little while, but it's quite satisfying, I think, actually putting some of these little pieces back in and seeing that scene come to life. So let's get rid of those spare pieces there, and then I've got some of the green left over. We've got the little piece for the bottom here to go in there, and you can do this with any of them. We could have done this with the angel just the same. And then I've got just a few bits left to finish off the palm tree. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I've actually left Mary and Josie as just the Josie. It's very familiar, isn't it?
Sorry, Josie, did you say?
Mary and Joseph.
Right.
Okay.
Josie.
Otherwise known as Josie, apparently. Yeah.
There you are.
There you go.
Rhonda's very fancy. The sunroof on her car automatically closes when you turn the key off. There you are.
Oh, that's what we need.
We need one
it?
like, you need to have, why is there not a function on your car that when it rains, the windows go up automatically? You know, you can, I mean, in like some Tesla cars, don't they? They practically drive themselves. Surely we must have the technology to get them to put the windows up when it rains.
You would think so.
You would, wouldn't you?
So
I bet Craig's new car, it's well fancy. I bet his puts the windows up when it rains.
I've just been talking to him about it. Bless him, he's so excited. Honestly, he works hard, he deserves it.
He does indeed.
So again, we've got that detail now where we've just added that little bit of extra paper piecing in there, and then I'm actually going to stick this together now. So I've put some tape on the back of here, and we're going to attach that other 6x6 piece onto here. So what I want to do is line these up so that the edges are nice and neat, and then this one is just going to go around the back there. And I'm just going to pop the glue tab on the back and give that a good press. So we've now got that sort of accordion style going on.
Nice.
With that threefold. So just a little bit of matting and layering again. I'm going to go back to the double-sided tape pen. And again, these are from that pad that 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Absolutely gorgeous papers. And then you've got some gold foiling on the bottom there. So this is just a piece that's been cut from the 12x12 pad. So I've got other pieces left that I can work with on other designs. Let's have a look.
So the 'Twas the Night pads were on the show, but they have sold
my producer's
out.
just saying, yeah, that they've actually gone.
They have. We've been
Right.
very, very busy over the recent weeks here at Crafters TV. We have more and more and more people joining us all the time. Some of the 'Twas the Night elements are still available on their own individually. You'll find them over on the website. The per lesson is available. Another 6x6 still in stock over there. So pop yourself over to the website, have a little search, and you'll find the remaining elements that we have. Samantha says, Joe, having the acetate behind the die cut, can you colour in the cutouts instead of paper piecing if you want to?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely. You could actually, the bits that I've actually brushed out of the die,
Yep.
you could actually sort those out and colour them. Yep,
Excellent.
no problem whatsoever.
Felicia wants to know if we can cut acetate in the Gemini.
Yes, you can. Now, my top tip for that would be to actually put a layer of, when I cut acetate, I put it in what I call a paper blanket. So
Right.
I'll get my piece of acetate and I wrap it in a sheet of copier paper,
Okay.
just to give the machine something to bite against. And I find that I get a really nice clean cut that way with it.
Excellent. Top
But
tip
yes,
there, Jem.
definitely. Right, so I've taken, this is the reverse side. So this was the pattern side, and then the reverse has got that lovely music score on. So I thought we'd have a bit of both there. And then again, I've just used some ribbon from my stash, and I'm actually going to pop this underneath here. And we're going to tie, I've got a long piece there, but we're just going to tie, and I'm just going to go for a knot, I think, there, rather than trying to get a bow in it. So just to pop a little knot in there, just to add a little bit more detail. Again, totally preference as to how you go with that. And then we can snip the edges off there. And then I've actually used some of the brush lettering stamps from that same collection to actually make some sentiments. So we're going to put the holiday one here on the vertical. And then I've just got a little tiny happy there to go with it, and that one's going to go up at the top there. So we've got Happy Holidays, we've got that lovely scene going on there with Mary and Joseph, and then you've got that three-way. So you can actually write in here, or you can write on the back of your card there, and that will fit in. It'll just need to be slightly bigger than a 6x6 envelope there. So let's stand you that one up. And that was Mary and Joseph then from our collection.
A really beautiful creation, that one, Jan. I love the fact that you've got the sentiment one side and then the pattern paper the other, all that gorgeous detailing in the middle. And again, something that you've been able to put together relatively quickly, which I think that's what these are all about, aren't they? All of that detail that's in there is enabling you to put something together fairly quickly, but it gets something really, really impressive. It is getting super busy across on the website for these. Let me share with you again exactly what you're going to get as part of this brand new collection. You are going to get the angel included in here. Definitely seeing this like ivory with a little bit of matte gold mirror behind, something like that, Jan, you know, maybe a little bit of paper piecing, double cutting some elements. Don't forget that you can manipulate and lift up those wings there as well, giving you all of that extra texture. I love this Christmas tree. Do you know what it reminds me of a little bit? It's got a bit of a sort of Grinch-esque, sort of cartoony sort of feeling to it. You know, is it the Grinch, the one with...
oh, yes.
Who's in it?
Mr. Carey.
Yeah. Do you know, I love that film, but I don't know what it is. It's got that sort of like sketchy playfulness to it, which I love. Sort of wispy, isn't it, in a fabulous kind of way. You're also going to get in here as well Mary and Joseph, which you've just seen Jan create that awesome project with. And what you're also going to get, of course, in here then is that Bethlehem scene, which is just wonderful. I mean, it's just so evocative, isn't it, of a beautiful nativity Christmas scene. We've then also got in here those snowmen, very busy on the snowmen individually. You guys are loving those at the moment, and they are joyful. It's what they are. I think we've really captured the joyfulness of them within that particular die collection there. And then you're going to get the deer in there too, with that beautiful wooded scene in the background. Definitely seeing back gorgeous sort of, you know, sparkly background washes maybe behind that is going to look beautiful. A quarter now though of our launch stock has sold out and gone. We're only 42 minutes into our launch day show. Very, very busy. I knew you guys would love these. When you're going for the main collection, don't forget you're also going to get the die brush and the sponge included in there as well. A brilliant saving for everyone, £15 or $19.70. Platinum members, we take that price even lower, under £55, under $65 to get 6 brand new, kind of like a hybrid between a creator card and an edgeable. What it means is you're going to be able to do all of those techniques that you know and love with both. You've basically got the massive amount of detail that you'd expect from a creator card, but the versatility and the ease of use of the edgeables. And remember, when it comes to edgeables, there are hours and hours and hours of masterclasses available to you for free right now over on our website as well. So get yourself over there, click the Crafters TV section and have a look at some of those previous masterclasses, because there are so many different card styles you're going to be able to create with these, or cut them out and use them as a creator card. So you've got loads of options. Some other stuff on the show that's proving really busy that I want to share with you. That amazing luxury card stock that you can see here, 90 sheets total for $19.99 or $31.90. I can't even work out in my head what the price per sheet is there, but I know it is redonkadonk low, under £16, $25.52 if you are a platinum member. A fantastic essential tape bundle for you as well. You're going to get 2 sets of our low tack tape. That gives you 6 rolls in total, 2 of the dotted tape pens and also 2 of the extra strong ones there as well. £22 or $31, that is a 20% saving. Tacky glue as well, if you want to go for that, we've got a brilliant duo for you with a great saving, $6.40 or $8.80 if you are a platinum member. Don't forget about this week's Get It Got It Good. It is the amazing Gemini Mini. You're also going to get the carry bag in there included as well, worth $12.99 or $16.95. So a brilliant deal on that if you don't already have one of those. It is really busy over on the website. I know a lot of you don't want to miss out on any of Jan's demonstrations, so I can see lots of really full baskets. So what I'm going to do is give you an opportunity to get yourself checked out before we go back over to Jan. So here's all the details on how you can shop and also Club Inspire.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can get the best deals and shop while you watch during our shows. The best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. So head over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV Home, where you can see all of our shows, plus exclusive offers, and even shop while you watch. Now, if you want to get involved and comment along, you can head on over to our community pages. Come say hello, ask us some questions and chat along live with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even airplay our shows direct onto your big screen or stream us live through YouTube. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
All the details there of how to shop, and also Club Inspire, loads of you checking out under that piece of video there. Mary Lee says, oh my, it's going to be difficult to choose a card of the show, isn't it, Mary Lee? And we're only 2 in, so it's only going to get harder from here, I'm afraid. Love the tip with the acetate, Mary says as well. Patty's gone for the Angel and the Snowman. Deborah's got hers as well. Jenny saying what a beautiful card that is. Love the idea of making a box set of these too. I'm guessing if you wanted to, Jan, as well, you could make 6 of the same design and maybe even put the design in the box you put them in if you want to. Could you? Is that something you could do?
Absolutely, yeah. We've got a demo towards the end of the show. If I can get all the way through them, the snowman I'm actually going to put on top of a box. So I'll show you how to do that and then just cut away the aperture so that you can put some acetate behind it. So yeah, fingers crossed we get through them all for you.
Excellent. Can't wait. Which one are we going to look at next?
We're going to do the traditional Christmas tree. Okay, and I really do apologise because my voice is slowly disappearing, honestly.
You'll have to just gesticulate and I will just talk over it.
Yeah, do sign language
so
towards the end of the show. It happened
once before with Debbie Fisher. She was laughing so much I couldn't stop. We did 10 minutes of the show. She demoed and I just talked through her demo. So we've been there before, Jan. We'll be all right.
We'll manage, we're okay. So literally we're going to take that tree one this time, and rather than cut it into the card front, I'm going to cut it onto a separate piece of cardstock there this time. So exactly the same format. It's got that no cutting edge at this side, but I actually want it to go on a free piece of card. And then you've got those areas inside there again that have got that piece where we can emboss. So let's pop this through the Gemini, and again, you know, you can carry on with those larger plates, but this time I thought, seeing as we're just working on a piece of cardstock, we'll actually pop it through on the smaller ones just to show you that fits on there nicely. So again, tape it in place. I'm going to stick with the metal shim in there just so that I've got that nice biting point, and then we're going to put all the shims in for the actual die cutting part. And past that, I'm still using the big Gemini. I've literally just got those smaller plates this time. So those are going to pass through there, and then I'm going to swap out that magnetic shim, and we're going to put that lovely embossing mat in again and just push that cardstock into those little gaps there. So again, flip it over, take that metal one away, and that's where your embossing mat's going to go over the top, all right? And then just before we put that through, we want to take the magnetic one out as well, and then I'm going to pass that through the machine as well. So we got a green one there, and I've done exactly the same in some of our Centura Pearl, and actually done a white one in the same method. So awesome. This started out just as the green piece did, as a rectangle, and literally cut it out because we're going to do a little bit of drop shadow on this one. So again, let's just take all these pieces out here. That one pop the plates to one side, and then again we'll get that die brush at the go.
Awesome. Lots of people loving these. Kathy Lear, she's lucky enough to have a crafty neighbour, Jan, which is always lovely, isn't it? So my neighbour called me when she spotted these dies. We ordered them immediately. I'm sure these will soon sell out. It is very busy on the website. Patty says, get Jan some hot tea with honey, stat. I don't know what stat means, but it sounds quite...
Stat means straight away.
Oh, straight away, is that what it means?
Away, yes.
Stat. Maybe that's what we need to get. Maybe we need to get John involved.
Oh, bless him. There we go, look. So again, you can see how a lot of those pieces come out of the die when you've used particularly the embossing mat and then the die brush with it as well. So if it doesn't quite reach the top there, rather than just pulling that away, I'm just going to use my little snips just to take that piece away there, and you can see we've got that lovely design. And I think, I'm just looking at that, I think all the pieces have come out this time. I usually end up with one bit hiding, but looking at that, that looks absolutely stunning. So what we're going to do is we're going to line these up so that we've just got a little bit. Let me do it over the purple, and then you'll be able to see a bit better. Move those out of the way. We're going to line them so that we've just got that little bit of drop shadow going on with the white behind the green there, and we're going to use this on the front of our card. So let's just move all the bits off to one side for a second. And I've got another fancy card shape to show you this time, just to give you some ideas. So if we bring in the card blank, I've taken a piece of 12-inch cardstock this time, and this is the pearlescent from that Twas the Night Before Christmas.
This looks a bit unusual, Jan.
Yeah, it is. It's a bit different, this one. So we started out at 12 inches by 10 inches, okay? And I've gone from top left to bottom right and just taken literally the diagonal. So I've cut it in half. And then once I've cut it in half, I have scored it at 6 inches on one side. So this one's 6 inches tall, and then I've scored it at 5 inches. And what happens is we fold this one in and we fold this one in, and they actually meet. Okay, got a little bit of ink there. I think that must be on my glass mat. So we're going to do a little bit of matting and layering, and then we're going to use that tree to actually be the decoration on the front. Now these papers are actually from that Nutcracker, oh no they're not, I'm telling fibs, it is from the Twas the Night again. Getting mixed up there because I was doing the Nutcracker the other day. So we're going to pop this one straight in the back.
Jean's got these. She's letting me know that she's ordered these. Don't forget, it's not the only show today. We do have, of course, Creative Cravings coming up a little bit later as well today. 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. East Coast time. I am hesitant to call it a back to basics show because that's not what it is, Jan, is it? But it's maybe more. And I'm also sort of hesitant to say that it's for beginners because everyone can learn something, but definitely maybe slightly simplified compared to some of our other shows.
Creative Cravings, yeah, we've sort of stripped it back a little bit and gone, you know, more detail about what things are and what terms mean and things like that. Very aware that there's always new crafters out there, and there's nothing worse than a load of jargon that you don't understand, because we want everybody to feel part of our little family here at Crafters. So yeah, we're just going to take it back a notch and explain a little bit more about what we're doing with things and what those terms mean.
Absolutely.
And I've got some nice products on as well later again.
Definitely something for everyone to learn, I'd say, at the same time.
Yeah.
We create some beautiful things. Well, I say we create beautiful things. The royal we.
It's the royal we, yeah, we're all part
our crafty
of it.
experts create beautiful things is, of course, what I mean.
So I'm literally just going to mat and layer these so that you can see a little tiny border of that gold round there. Oops. Gently does it. So you've got that situation where this one opens up and this one opens out, and it will stand. I'll show you when we've got the Christmas tree on. So we're going to take these two and actually stick these together. So again, I'm going to take that dotty tape pen.
Does this have a name, this concept, Jan?
Oh, now then. I don't know. We'll have to name
twisty,
it.
I don't know.
It's because when it stands, it's going to stand with the bottom part open, and then the tree is going to rest on here.
Oh wow.
So I'll show you what I mean when I've stuck it together. So what we want to do with this one then is I'm going to pop a little bit of the dotty tape pen just onto the white layer. And then I want to, rather than just stick them over the top of each other, we're literally going to drop shadow it. So again, what we do is line them up Let me do it on here so that you can see a bit better. So line them up to start with, and then just come, I'm going to go up and slightly across.
Nice.
So that
makes
the
such
white
a huge difference, isn't
is
it?
just show it. It's almost like a little highlight there, isn't it? Okay. And you can see how that's actually stuck into place now. So if you have any bits sticking out that you don't need, you can always take your scissors to it and trim it, but it's just slightly smaller on the length inside anyway. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to stick this to this side here so that it's not attached to this one. So I'm going to run a little bit of tape down this edge across the top, and it doesn't all need tape on it, just that sort of piece that's going to fit. And if we open this up so that I don't stick it to the other side, this one's going to go in line with that matten layer there, just to stick on here. Okay. And then again, I've got a greeting done to actually fit on this side here. So we've got Season's Greetings is going to go on the bottom here. And then I've got some ribbon there, which I think, I'm not going to put the ribbon on, I'm just going to put the bow on the top, because I don't
loving that
want to
pattern
detract.
paper in the background popping through.
Yeah, the
that
red
cut-out
and the
design.
green,
It's
it's
awesome,
all
isn't it?
very traditionally Christmas, isn't it, with the red, gold and green. So again, just a little bit of hot
Did
glue.
anyone else burst into come a chameleon then when you said that? Was it just
Red,
me,
gold
Jan,
and
wanted to
green.
burst into...
Red, gold and squeaky green there.
Sorry? You went a bit squeaky?
Red, gold and squeaky green
Red,
we
gold
have
and
there,
squeaky.
yeah. Squeaky green.
Culture Club are playing Scarborough of all places in the summer, Jan.
Are
For
they?
anyone in America, you won't understand the significance of that. Scarborough is like a very traditional Yorkshire seaside town
yeah.
where you'd go. Our Debbie loves going there to Winking Willie's, her favourite fish and chip shop. That's what it's called. And going on a little boat trip. We've actually said, me and Debbie keep saying we're going to go on a little day trip to Scarborough. But yeah, I find it quite odd that they have this big open air concert venue there now,
Yeah.
Jan. Have loads of big people playing. So you go to fish and chips
Fantastic.
and go and see Boy George. Sounds like a wonderful day. I'm unfortunately working that day, so I won't be going.
Right, then I'm just going to pop in the centre of those little snowflakes, again, just as embellishments. I'm just going to pop some of those little red gems there. So we've just got, whoops, pinging away.
Marilyn says, I always learn so much when Jan is on. She is my demo queen.
Oh,
and she
thank
sent you a crown emoji as well.
Oh, that's lovely, thank you. I'm not quite feeling myself today.
Are you
so
not?
All the love
you're still, you're still
appreciated.
churning out the world-class demos, Jan, which is always appreciated. Shadias has never seen that type of card before. I love it. I've never seen this either.
So when you open it up, if you just open this one, and then the tree will actually stand against it, and it stands up. So just something a bit different to show you how to use them, you know.
I love it.
Some of you might love it, some of you might hate it. So
I think that drop shadow makes such a difference as well, doesn't it? Which is excellent. And again, one of so many different ways that you're going to be able to use these. Let me take you back through what you are getting included in here. Remember, 6 brand new dies for you. I think the reason they're so busy is they are inedible, but they pack as much detail into there as something like a creator card, which is fantastic. So you're going to receive the angel in here. They're all available individually or on a 2 for £23 or $27. The best way to get the best value, as always, is to go for that big collection. Also, I know a lot of you out there have full set syndrome. I don't know how you'd pick which one of these you would go for. I love the fact that the more you look at these, the more details you see. You've got the gorgeous presents in here, the little icicles there on the tree too, all looking fantastic. The next one you've got here is, this one is your Mary and Joseph that you've got there. Just wonderful, the wee donkey there, baby Jesus, a few palm trees. Loving that. You've then got this amazing Bethlehem scene here. It's our town of Bethlehem. Really love it. I love the perspective that you've got with the camel in the foreground and then the buildings in the background there as well. Really lovely. The joyful snowmen, they are definitely that, aren't they? They look really cheeky, these snowmen. I love the fact that you've got loads of detail packed into the background as well. You've got trees, Christmas trees. You've got snowflakes in here as well. Am I right in thinking this is everyone's favourite one individually, Georgina? It is indeed. In fact, if that's in your basket on its own, I would definitely consider checking that out. And then we've also got this beautiful reindeer forest in there as well. I don't know about you, Jan, but I'm seeing like sparkly ink background washes behind this or something a little bit mystical.
That would look nice.
Really, really beautiful. And do you know what? I mean, I don't think you need to use that only at Christmas. I think you could get away with using that at other times of the year as well. I think it's definitely something would see you through everyday crafting. A brilliant price for everyone, £67.99 or £79.95. Not only do you get the 6 brand new dies, you're also going to get included there the die brush and the sponge as well. So it means you can get rid of all those bits nice and quickly, which is excellent. But also remember that represents a great saving, plus the extra saving as well for all of our Club Inspire members. If you are a platinum member, less than £55, less than $65, which is incredible value for money. Something else that's incredible. Oh, thanks, John. I'll just get that, thank you. Oh, it's a coffee. That's exactly what I needed. John's a saviour today. He's been out there. He got a very wet derriere doing my windows up. Bless him. He come in look like a drowned rat. Now he's made me a coffee. I mean, we wouldn't function. We wouldn't function without him. Something else fabulous, not just John. I want to tell you about this week's Get It, Got It Good. Woo, yeah. This week's Get It, Got It Good is, of course, that incredible Gemini Mini. What you're also going to get in this particular configuration, though, is that bag free of charge, worth $12.99 or $15.95. So great that you're getting that in there as well. It is time limited. It's only going to last up until the end of the week. So if you want to grab it, make sure you snap it up. Stat. That's my new word, stat, straight away.
Yeah.
Is that what it means?
Stats, yeah, straight away.
Straight away. I love it.
They say a lot in, the reason I know it is they say a lot in the medical shows.
In the which ones? Medicals?
Medical shows, yeah, get on that stat. Yeah.
Is it, which do you have medical shows that you like? Are you like a Grey's Anatomy fan, Jan?
No, not particularly. I'm a big lover of the Chicago series. I started out watching Chicago Fire.
Right.
And then they did Chicago Med, which is the hospital.
Right.
And then they do Chicago PD, which is obviously the police force. And every so often they do what they call a crossover event, where they all appear in the same one. So yeah, big fan, particularly the firemen.
Resist the urge to make lots of jokes there. We're going to move on. Miriam says, I love Culture Club, and I thought the same, Joe. I think we're talking about the red, gold and green. A quick question from Terry Tom. She says, what are those pencil pen things called that is slightly sticky to pick up tiny items like gems?
I think they're just called sticky
pencils.
Sticky tools,
sticky pencils.
I don't think I've got
we
one.
don't stock them, do we, here at Crafts Companion, I don't think.
I use one of those to pick my gems up.
Yeah.
So I think, what's the company that Craig uses? The
Sticks
sticky
2.
part? Yes, I think they do.
I think they do one, yeah. I think Debbie's
one.
got a Sticks 2 one, if I'm not mistaken.
I think
you'll find them out there. You're a fan of a tweezer, personally, aren't you, Jan?
I'm never be without. I've got
never without a tweezer.
Different tweezers. I've got normal tweezers. I've got reverse tweezers. I've got the ones that have got the little. It's like a little
shovel.
Looks like a golf stick.
Little
on
mini
the bottom.
shovel.
Yeah. So yeah, I love my tweezers.
You'll find those over on the website, though, won't you?
Yes, we do a pack with all the different ones in. They are great. Yeah, particularly the reverse ones. I love those.
Excellent. Right, I tell you what I'd like to do, just remind you what is on the way later today. It is, no, it's over there. I always do that. 11 years I've worked in TV, Jan. I still can't work out what side it is. So what's coming up a little later for you? So Creative Craving, 7 p.m. here in the UK. Now, have we had it's not 3 p.m. on the East Coast. I believe it's 2 p.m. on the East Coast, unless the clocks have changed, which I don't think they have. So 7 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. East Coast time, 11 a.m. West Coast time. That'll be a little bit later today. And then, of course, tomorrow, myself and Craig will be here with a wake-up call for you. Midday in the UK, 7 a.m. East Coast, 4 a.m. for you eager West Coasters. So make sure you join us for that tomorrow. We'll be looking at all the other great things that are coming up in the day. Looking ahead to a very special cartload. Anita says, yep, stat means right now, immediately. Usually refers to getting a medical procedure done, such as labs, X-rays, CTs, surgery, and etc. Well, stat, call me Dr. Joe. Jan, that's what I say. Which one would you like to take us through next, Jan?
Oh, we're going to go to the town of Bethlehem next. And we're going to go with some of the matte black cardstock this
Oh,
time.
nice.
Yep, so again, we're going to do a different style. I wanted to try and show you lots of different card styles because essentially the dies all do the same thing. This one happens to be landscaping design. So the ones that we've used so far have been portrait, but this one's landscape. Absolutely gorgeous detail. And again, you can see all those open spaces that are just begging to have that embossing. It's worth that extra pass through the machine to actually get that embossing on. So this time we have gone 11.5 inches by 7. And I've actually scored it this way at 4.25 and at 8 inches. So this time we're actually going to make like a little stepper card. So let me just think, it wants to go that way and that way, that's it. So just to give that a burnish so that we know where those folds need to be. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this into the front section of here. So let's just have a little look. I just want it to come about halfway up. So I'm going to lose a little bit. Have I got that on the right panel? It might be. No, that's why. There we go. That's better. Look, that's my card. So that way and that way, Jan. Come on, get it together. There we go. So this one's actually going to go onto the front of here this time.
You're sharing some fabulous concepts with us today, Jan, may I say.
This is what I wanted to try and do. As I say, different sort of styles of card for you today, because obviously each die, even though it's a different theme, it's essentially doing the same thing. You've got that cutting edge, you've got the bottom edge that doesn't cut, and then you've got that lovely embossing detail. So let's pop that one back onto the Gemini there. So I'm going to bring that metal shim back in again just to cut against there, and we're going to open that one out and pop that on there, and then plastic shim, magnetic shim, and my other cutting plate just to cut it, and then I'm going to swap it out to do the embossing again. I really think it's worth it just to get that extra sort of dimension on the front of the card there. So again, we'll pass it through once, then I'm going to bring my embossing back into play. And don't be afraid to mix and match them. You know, you only need to cover the area that's actually going to be working under the, under the die. So that's why I've not got the big A4 mat. Turn it, I need that one still in place. Turn it over, take away that metal shim there, just make sure.
So would you just always emboss these as standard, these ones, Jan, pretty much?
I think so. I think it's worth it. As I say, there's a lot of open space on those dies that will receive the embossing, and while it's there, you may as well use it.
Absolutely. Would we still emboss on like coated cardstock, so mirror, matte mirror, glitter?
Definitely.
It was not going to crack or anything like that?
Absolutely not. So again, I'm just going to re-pop it through there. So it's a second pass. Never try to do this all at the same time, because obviously you need to take that magnetic shim out when you're embossing. That is a must. The sandwich is too thick with the magnetic shim in and the embossing mat, and you will end up damaging your embossing mat. So it is a two-step process. It is a case of actually die cutting first and then embossing. It does help a lot with the release of your dies as well. Now I appreciate that you can't see a lot going on there, so let's just get that die brush in play again. We'll take the tape off there. Just roll that back, and again, I've always done the tape into the bit where I know it's actually the waste element. So again, one piece off there, and just roll it back. It seems to, I personally think it seems to do less damage, because with the pressure of the Gemini, sometimes it can snag your cardstock, but just rolling it like this, I find it doesn't do the same. And then again, take that die brush. I've just got my hand underneath it, or you can use the foam underneath it. I couldn't find the foam, so that's why I just keep popping it over my hand. You'll see there that we've got that instant release, and again, there's very little left in there, and any pieces that are still in the card there, we can just pop out with the brush. Okay.
Fabulous.
If there's any stubborn bits, pokey tool comes out to get serious there. There we go. So let's just move all that off to one side again. And again, you've got that beautiful design going on there. And what I want to do is actually lift this out, And then I'm just going to fold this, make sure it's level with the other side, and then just burnish that last little piece there on either side. And what's going to happen is we're going to have our tent fold card with the stepper at the front there. So again, just pop that one. So we're going to end up with this kind of effect. Okay, so that's the beginnings of the card. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flick over to one that I've actually started, because I took now, and we were talking about blinging them up and shimmying them up, Joe. I took my Spray and Sparkle, and I've got the Pearl Diamond, which looks absolutely exquisite on the black card. It gives it a really nice sort of effect. So what I did, I just popped a piece of cardstock in here to stop it getting anywhere else, just to protect it, and then I've sprayed it with the Pearl Diamond, and this is the plain one here. Just look what a difference. Let's see, look at that. It takes the matte black card to like another dimension there. So all the area that's actually the scene has now got that lovely spray on it. It would also look nice with the Spray and Sparkle glitter one, which is the iridescent one. I was going to say Aurora. You get an Aurora effect with it, but the iridescent sparkle on there would look nice as well. So I'm just going to swap those out, and then we've got a couple of mats and layers. So that one just wants folding back on itself that way. Now then, if you don't like, because obviously I've seen this with the edgeables before, when you cut them out, you're always going to get this piece at the back here that's got the cutaway design in it. Now, I don't mind it, but if for any reason you don't like that, it's just a case of measuring that panel and taking a spare bit of card and just sticking it, probably on the inside, like so, and you're going to cover up a lot of that detail. If you prefer to have it in that section, you can actually pop it in there, and it covers up the fact that this has been cut away from it, as you can see just there. So again, personal choice with that one. And then what I want to do, I just want to make sure that those folds are nice and secure so that we know where we're going with it. Again, just on the front one there, and then I've got a matte and layer, again that same paper pad to go in the back there, and this time I've used a piece of that silver mirror card to do the matting, the matte mirror on there. So again, we can put some double-sided tape on the back of there. So that one's going to go on the back there like that, just to get that one centered. And then I've got a little tiny strip that we're going to pop on the front. I do apologise for my silly voice today.
Loads of people loving these. Jan Shaddai says, I just adore a creator card. Karen Fisher says, I love these. It's amazing, all the detail they have in them. It really is. I don't know how our product design team really do get all this detail in there. It's quite a feat of engineering when you consider how the cards support themselves afterwards, but still have all that design in there. Really is amazing. What I love about this particular collection, I think we've been really good at doing this with our Christmas dies this year, Jan, is having something for every style of card in a collection. So you've really got everyone taken card of. I mean, 6 different styles there, and I don't think you're going to be stuck for a design that you could send to pretty much everyone that you know you need to make a card for.
Yeah, and you've got a couple in there. I mean, obviously the snowmen one is a winter themed one, but it doesn't necessarily have to be Christmas. It can just be a winter birthday. You've also got those reindeers in there as well, which again can be autumnal. You know, it doesn't have to be Christmas. So again, I've just finished that one off. I've just got a little bow to stick at the top and a bit of bling to pop on there. So we're just about finished on that one, and that's number 4, I think, isn't it? So a little bit of hot glue just on the top there. And then I've got a bit of bling just to pop. I like a bit of bling at Christmas.
Oh, who doesn't love a bit of bling, Jan?
So we're just going to pop a couple on that side.
I was just having a conversation with someone the other day. Obviously, because like festivals and stuff like that, you know, big outdoor concerts and stuff, we haven't had any recently, Jan. I've had no excuse to wear any sequins for a year and a half now.
That's really
I've got
bad,
such a
isn't it?
vast collection of amazing sequin outfits at home, waiting for festivals and concerts, Jan. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this month we'll break the sequins out again. I think
I look forward to it.
Love a bit of bling
So
there.
there you go. You've got like a little stepper going on there with that one. I've just got a little bit of a string there off the glue. Again, just something different. And again, with that lovely, you can just see where that's catching the light there. We've got that pearlescent coating on there.
And also, we've brought you so many amazing multimedia, mixed media products recently, haven't we?
Could do that with
the careless whispers, the airless misters that we put on, all those other great things. Use some of those, get those involved, absolutely.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, and you're going to have loads and loads of fun creating awesome projects that you're going to, well, I think sometimes the fun's in the creating as well as the giving, isn't it, Jan? You know, half the fun's putting it together.
Yeah, because it is the fun in actually making them, isn't it? Yeah,
absolutely, it is. Now, let me recap exactly what you're going to get in the fall collection. Then they are available individually or two for £23 or $27. The best way to get the best value, as always, is to go for that big collection. So you've got that beautiful angel there, this amazing Christmas tree with all the different presents that you can see there under the tree. This one here, which is the Joseph and Mary for you. Absolutely love that. I love those palm trees in there, the little star, the wee donkey there as well. Then we move into that Bethlehem scene that you've just seen Jan creating. I always think I've been to Bethlehem, Jan. I haven't, no. I've been to Jerusalem, and they're not the same place, but in my head, they are the same place. So I keep telling people, yeah, I've been to Bethlehem, and then it dawns on me, and I think, no, you haven't, Joe. You're making it up. Then you've got those wonderful snowmen in there as well. They are awesome. Bethlehem is not in Jerusalem. No, Georgina, I know. But in my head, they're the same place, but they're not. They're very different places. Also, got that amazing deer there in the rainforest as well, looking absolutely extravagant. Really love that. Think about all the textures you're going to be able to use. Think about mirrors, matte mirrors, glitters, your mixed media products that Jan's talked about as well. Even maybe stenciling through some of these might be something you want to play around with, or using them as a stencil to spray over to get that wonderful image. There's so many different ways you're going to be able to use these, because what you're getting is the versatility of an edgeable and all of that detail from a creator card as well. So the two together, absolutely fantastic. Most of you going for that full collection, a brilliant saving for everyone, but also remember as well, extra saving for all of our Club Inspire members. Your platinum price under £55, under $65 to get 6 of these brand new edgeables with that sort of added element to them as well. And of course, remember, you're going to get that die brush in there with the sponge as well, which I think is absolutely fantastic value. Now is a great time to place your order or check out your baskets. If you want to get your order placed, head over to the website. Details down there in the bottom corner, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au. Hit the shop the show button there, you'll see absolutely everything that is available. I want to give you an opportunity to check out your baskets. I can see it's getting very, very busy across on the website. We should do that. Here's all the details on US shipping.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges, and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95, and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members, who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can get the best deals and shop while you watch during our shows. The best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. So head over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV Home, where you can see all of our shows, plus exclusive offers, and even shop while you watch. Now, if you want to get involved and comment along, you can head on over to our community pages. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and chat along live with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even airplay our shows direct onto your big screen or stream us live through YouTube. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easy to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day.
Dana says, I can wear my bling to work. Joe, you can wear your bling to work. We won't mind. I don't know. It's very noisy. You know, you get a bit of a shimmer going. It's sort of rustly. I sound like a crisp packet in the wind, Jan. I won't do that. Everything's wobbling. Joe Woodworth says, I'd love to bump into you in Manchester in your sequin splendour. Every day's a sequin day in Manchester. If you're out over the August bank holiday, I will be there. Sequin plaid. Plaid? That sounds like a fabulous fabric, doesn't it? I'll be there sequin clad all over the August bank holiday. It's Manchester Pride at the bank holiday, so it's our first big festival. So all the sequins will be out. I'll send you pictures. I won't send you personally pictures, Joe, don't worry. I mean, I'll put pictures on social media. Susan says, I love the snowman. They look so happy. And Case Mom says, the postal worker just delivered a package from Crafters Companion. It's like Christmas. What's in it? You're going to need to let us know so we can all share in your crafty joy. Right, Jan, very, very busy for these across on the website. Really awesome launch day. So many of you placing your orders for these in the show. So many of you went for them before the show as well. Which one would you like to take us through next then, Jan?
Right, we're going to go with the reindeer forest next, okay? And again, I've got another different card style for you. So like I've said, you know, these are a creator card come edgeable. So you've got a little bit of both. It's almost like a hybrid style. And again, when we take it out, just for the benefit of those of you that have just joined us on Crafters TV, the main idea of this is that it's going to cut away this side of your design to top and bottom, but all this element is going to stay in the card. All right, so if you're wanting to use it on a card blank, it's going to stay attached. Now I'm going to use a separate piece again for this one. We're going to use some craft card, and we're going to do that die cutting, the embossing, and then the stenciling through the die again on this one. So a little bit like we did at the beginning, and then I've got a different style card for you again. So I'm just going to pop this one on here and get it through the machine there. And again, I've just made the cardstock the same size as the die there. Stick that down, and again, I'll stick with the big plates because I've got those out. So I'm going to pop the metal shim down. I'll always cut onto that metal shim, so you want your metal cutting through your cardstock against the metal shim there, and then the rest of them in there just to match. Okay.
Excellent.
And then we're going to pass that through. We'll just lay that one down so that we don't knock it.
Now,
oops.
I notice you've used the large Gemini pretty much for all of this, Jan. Can we use these through the junior, or is it going to be limiting in any way in the junior?
No, absolutely. As I say, it depends on the size of your project, to be honest. Rather, all the dies will fit in the junior without a doubt. If I show you the junior plates, they're all the same size to fit. So we've got one of our junior plates there, and let me just finish this off first, and I'll show you on there, because I just need to do that embossing feature. But yeah, they will all fit within the parameters of your junior plate. It depends, like this would have easily gone in the junior, but if you've got a bigger piece of cardstock, depending on how it works, sometimes you can leave the card stuck out of the back of the plates. Sometimes it just needs that bigger surface area.
Okey-doke.
So again, we're going to take that metal out and pop the embossing one in, flip it over, and then just take that magnetic shim out. All right, otherwise it becomes too thick and you'll end up wrestling with it. Okay, so again, one more pass, and that's going to push that card into those little areas that I've got a space, but I've got no cutting edge around it. So you're going to get that. It's almost like an emboss feature on it. And then we're going to keep that stencil in place and pop some ink. Some ink through there as well, excuse me. There we go. So before I actually take any of this away, I'm just going to leave it in place and remove the tape off there. Just take that away. And then this time I've got some of the Friar Brown ink. Just snip that one, that's the edge piece there. So yeah, we've got Fryer Brown this
Would
time.
all your ink pads would work through these, Jan? Absolutely any
yeah.
of them?
Absolutely any. You could use the quick dry on here because you just pop in a little bit of ink through. Quick dry, water reactive or opaque. You've heard me say many times that these are my go-to ones, and these are the ones that actually sit on the front of my desk. So more often than not, I tend to reach for these. So again, where you've got all these gaps in here now, we can just run a little bit of that ink through the gaps, so the pieces that have actually embossed, it's just going to raise them up and then add a little bit of ink detail to them as well. Purely preference, you know, you don't have to. I'm not saying if you buy these dies you've got to do this. It's just another stage in that sequence if you want to do it. I would recommend trying it and just looking at the difference, because you'd be amazed how much difference it does actually make. So let's pop that one back in there. And then we can take, and it's all water based, so it just cleans off your dies. So in fact, I'm just going to give that a wipe first, because we're then going to use the die brush. So I'm just going to take the excess ink off the metal there. And then take that die brush to help with the release. So not only is it popping out some of those pieces, you've got a lot of delicate pieces in here, but look how it actually comes out of the die there, and you've just got that little bit of detail, just adding sort of
nice,
a bit
and it
more,
just accents certain bits as well,
a bit
isn't
more
it?
interest to it, yeah. So again, we've got majority of those out there. His little eye, oh sorry, poked him in the eye there. There we go. So that looks fine to me. So let's move those to one side. And
Case has got back to us, Jan. She says it's her stamping platform, stamping card, water reactive inks as well. So she's looking forward to using the stamping platform. All come just in time for her Christmas stamping.
Excellent.
Sounds like a lot of fun waiting to happen. All those
The stamping
things.
platforms work a treat.
Absolutely.
You know how I feel about those. So this time, this is might seem an odd combination, but I'm going to go with the brown stamp here, the brown
nice.
craft card, and then I've got a little bit of that silver glitter card behind there, just to offset it. So you've got the matte of the brown, excuse me, and then you've got the silver glitter behind there, and we're going to pop those together. And then once I've done that, I've taken a little bit of acetate, and this is actually from the Nature's Garden Gnomes collection.
Yes.
You got the snowfall and you got the snowflake one. So I've just cut a piece of that slightly wider, and we're actually going to pop this in so that we get that domed effect going on there. Okay, so let's pop all that together then. So I've got some tape on the back of there ready. We need our dotty tape pen. Again, comes in handy, perfect for the job here. And then because we're going on to glitter card, I'm just going to add a little tiny bit of wet glue as well, so that soaks into the glitter card. It doesn't need to be all over, just here and there, so that it's got something to anchor it to. So I'm just going to take that fine tip applicator, and just in certain places, just so that we've got something to grab, because the wet glue will sink into the glitter and it just holds it nicely in place. So around the edge there, and then any of those larger spaces. I'm not being too fussy about it, just literally where you can see a larger gap there. And then this one's going to stick directly over the top of that one. Okay.
Very, very busy now, Jan, as we move
than
towards the end of the show. Getting busier and busier.
Damaging it, I'm just going to turn it over like that, Joe, to rub it, because if you rub on the side with all the die cut detail, you don't want to lift any of these up. So he's actually there ready, and then I've put some tape on the back of here ready to catch that acetate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one side on here like so. Oops. Just pop it into that.
Was that red line tape you used there, Jan?
It was, yeah.
Is that the best thing you'd say for something like this, acetate?
For acetate, I use the red line tape a lot actually, Joe, probably more than I should. But I do use it a lot. I find it gives a nice sort of instant stick. And then this is actually wider than my piece of card. So I'm just going to pull that down now so that this side snuggles into that fold as well there, and then stick it. And we've created now that lovely sort of dome shape at the top. So this is going to be the focal point on my card. So we need a little bit of matting and layering, and this time we're going to go on to a stepper card. So I've actually created my stepper out of some white stamping card there. Just secure those folds so that we know where we're going. And then again, just some pieces from that collection onto the craft card, and we're going to pop those to build up those layers. So use the double-sided one this time, and then that little flick just to break the adhesion. And that one's going to go, whoops-a-daisy. Uh-oh.
We've got a bit of packaging on there.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Could this spell trouble, Jan?
Uh-oh. Oh, it's a good job it's the back, isn't it? Oh, look. Excuse the back. Look at that.
Oh dear.
How naughty.
We won't know.
Do not
No
do
one
this
will
at
know.
home. Learn from Jan's mistakes while she's on TV. There we go. So again, we're just going to pop that one straight across the front like so. Just that little border around it, all the way around. And then I've got two smaller pieces to just tuck in these side ones again. So again, just pop that one in back there.
How much larger, roughly, would you say the acetate needs to be than the card, Jan?
Probably about 1.5 inches. It depends how deep you want the dome, really.
Right.
But I think probably about 1.5 inches just to get that decent height. You can just see there where it's standing. It's like
Perfect.
the less you leave, the closer the dome will be to your card.
Right.
So yeah, the more you leave, the rounder it will become. So there's a little bit of experimenting, but I would say maybe 1.5 inches to 2 inches is enough to actually do the technique. And again, this one's going to go just in the back there. Oops, try and get it straight. There we go. So we've got our design there, and then he's going to go on the front like so. So again,
Fabulous.
I think I'm going to pop some red line on there just to keep it nice and secure.
So many layers of depth to a card like this and dimension. I think that's what makes it really exciting, isn't it? You know, with having the edge. Well, I guess you're using it more as a creator card than an edgeable here, aren't you?
Yeah, it's sort of on the edge of the design, but again, this is why we call them sort of a hybrid die, because they're a mixture of the creator card and then your edgeable incorporated into it. So you've got sort of the best of both worlds in there as well. So there we go. So I'm just going to pop this one on the front here and align him up and leave that little border at each side there, and just give that a press down. And then I've got a bit of decoration to put on here that I've just cut out of that other collection there. And we're just going to build up. So I'm going to stop talking for a bit, Joe, while I decorate.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
then I'll show you the finished one when we're done.
Absolutely.
Okay?
You go for it. Loads of you still chatting away. A lot of questions coming in about this as well. Loads of love for Jan's demos as well. Barbara saying, wow, Jan, love your idea so much. Great cards. You're amazing. She also says you were great too, Joe, at the end, which I think was a good save, Barbara. So thank you for that. Jay saying, Jan is so thorough, so thank you. Also, loads of you are really loving all of Jan's demos. What I would say is don't forget this is not the only show today. We do have another amazing show coming your way at 7 p.m. this evening here in the UK, 2 p.m. across on the East Coast. It is, of course, Creative Cravings, as it is every Wednesday evening / afternoon, depending on where you are. And that's kind of the one show where we maybe take things back to basics a little bit more, maybe simplify and explain things a little bit more than we normally would. So it's a really great show for anyone out there is maybe newer to us here at Crafters TV or newer to crafting. That being said, there's absolutely something that everyone is going to be able to learn, because we'll be creating some amazing things as well during the couple of hours. So make sure you join us for that. A little later, there is lots of amazing products as well on that show. And then, of course, into tomorrow, Craig's Wake Up Call with Craig, which will be here at midday, as it always is, 7 a.m. on the East Coast, 4 a.m. West Coast. We'll be having a look ahead at everything that is coming up tomorrow, including Cartload. It's Craig all day, myself and Craig all day tomorrow. So it's going to be a fun day, I am sure. Very busy on these brand new. Remember, you've not seen these before here on Crafters TV. It's your first chance. So launch day is your first chance to grab a hold of them officially I can't say someone didn't give you a sneaky peek of them last night. Very naughty, not allowed, Jan. I was fuming when I found out today on my way in. Absolutely fuming. So I wasn't really, maybe a little bit. But they are extremely busy. Lots of you choosing to go for that full collection. That's beautiful, Jan.
There we go. So just use a few little bits of embellishments on the sides there, but you can see that sort of dome effect. And then you've got the reindeer in the background. He'd look nice with a little red nose, wouldn't he, in there? Yep. Okay.
Awesome. Really beautiful. And remember, the great thing is, I mean, you can do any of these concepts with any one of the dies in this range. So think about all of those. You can do them 6 different ways with your 6 different dies that you're getting included in there. Remember, because they're edgeable as well, you can then do all the different edgeable concepts that you've already been working on. So it's not a new concept that you need to worry about. All the edgeable concepts, of which there are masterclasses galore over on our website. There must be 7 or 8 edgeable masterclasses which you're going to go back and watch anytime right away over on our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au, which is also where you can place your order, as many of you have been and are continuing to do so in this launch day show. Let me take you back through what's included in this brand new collection. So in here you've got your Christmas angel in there. I love how the more you look at these, the more detailing you start to see and pick out within here. It really is quite fabulous. So you've got your Christmas angel there. You've then got the Christmas tree in here too. I love how it's quite playful, isn't it? I'm not sure. It's like, it's definitely quite whimsical almost, the design on this one, which I love. Presents in there. If you want a paper piece, you're going to have absolute field day doing that, because I mean, paper piecing, you have a whole lot to paper piece. You know, there's only a certain element of the design here that can be paper pieced. So again, you can do that. Think about maybe playing around with a matte layer that you could trim behind there to give you that sort of paper piecing effect without having to go to all detailing. We then have Mary and Joseph here for you as well. You've got the wee donkey there, the star in the background, the trees. It really is beautiful, intricate detailing. Brilliant for those more traditional styles of cards that you might want to create. And the same for this one as well, the Bethlehem scene that you've got here. This is fantastic. I love how there's so much, what's the word? Depth of field, that's the word. Perspective was the other one I was looking for. With the donkey in the front, the donkey, it's not a donkey, it's a camel. Camel in the front, and then you've got the water, and then you've got the buildings in the background, and the star. Really, really great perspective on that particular one just there. Then you've also got here as well, the amazing snowman there, as you can see. So really, really gorgeous. You've got the trees in here, the Christmas trees. I love the little picket fence running along the back there. So many different ways in which you're going to be able to highlight the different elements that are within here as well. And then you've got that awesome deer that you've just seen Jan using and creating with there as well. All 6 of those coming included for you when you buy the full collection. You'll also receive as well that die brush and sponge in there. Everyone's got a great saving here with these. You are saving more than the cost of one, so that's amazing. But everyone is going to be somewhere in Club Inspire, so you're all going to get that extra saving. Platinum members, you're looking at under £55 or under $65, which for a brand new set of edgeable dice packed full of this much detail, I think is really, really awesome value for money. A couple of the different things that have been done with them here, as you'll see, I've got a couple of samples that I picked out here to share with you. Love that one with the snowmen. So think about, you know, that's been done in a very, very different way than you would maybe consider using these when you first see them. And I love this one here with the bridge card, just having that cut out of there. I think that is really, really stunning and very, very effective. So lots of different ways that you're going to be able to use these, which is excellent. Let me move on to something that's proving really busy in the show as well. It is the trio of our luxury cardstocks. Now the luxury cardstocks are great because what you get is one colorway, and then you get it in 3 different finishes. So you get the glitter, you get the mirror, and you get the matte mirror in here as well. 10 sheets of each. So you get 30 sheets of the green, 30 sheets of the silver, and then 30 sheets of that really gorgeous warm Christmas red in there as well. Those 3 colours together are just totally traditional Christmas, aren't they? And a brilliant price on them, $19.99 or $31.90. Essentially, you're buying 2 and getting 1 free within that particular collection, which I think is brilliant. We then also have the tape collection for you as well. And in here what you're going to get is you're going to get 2 lots of our low tack tape, which is brilliant. You're also going to get as well then the these are the dotty tape pens, so you're going to get 2 of the dotty tape pens, brilliant for all those intricate detailings, and then you're also going to get as well 2 of the solid tape pens as well. So it's really brilliant 6-piece tape bundle there for you, and a brilliant price, great saving on that for you too, which is excellent. Right, loads of you still chatting away. Any last minute questions you've got, get them in, get them over to me, and I'll pop them across to Jan. What do you want to do about card of the show then, Jan? Do you want to do it first and then get into this next demo?
Get this one in as
Should
well.
we get this one done?
Yeah, this one's the little snowmen, and I know they've been really well received.
Okie doke, let's do this one then, and then we'll get it in after that.
Snowmen, and we're going to cut this into a top of a gift box, and again you could do this with any of the dies, so it's all the same principle. It's just to give you some different ideas. So we've got the snowmen on that landscape sort of version again. I'm going to put this to one side this time so that I don't stick anything to it, and then I've actually created my box lid, and I've just scored it at 1 inch all the way round, and I've got it the right size so that I can pop this inside here. I've got a little bit of a border going all the way round, so again we're going to tape it in. Just make sure that it stays in place. I'm going to continue to use that 2-part system with the embossing mat as well. So we're going to pop that one inside there first. I'm going to pop it on the metal shim again just to keep that extra bite in there with all the detail in there, and then pop the relevant shims in. Get the cut done first, so it's always a cut first, and then do the emboss, and then if you want to do any inking you can do that as your 3rd stage. So cut, emboss, and then the stencil aspect, which is the ink or whatever medium you want to pop through there.
Very busy as we move towards the end of the show. You guys absolutely loving this brand new set of dies, and I just can't wait to see all the things that you create with them, what sort of way you take them, because I think you can do lots of different things with these, Jan, can't you? They are so versatile, you know, even just not even thinking about, you know, just the concept you use, let alone then, you know, the finish you use or the styling, whether you make them modern or traditional or monochrome or really go sort of glitz and glam with them. I think there's just so many different possibilities you've got here.
It is, because this is why I've tried to show you so many different styles this afternoon, and again, like you said, just changing the colour of your cardstock or the colour of the mats and layers, they're going to make them look totally different, you know, sort of each time that you have a go with them. So the second pass through there is going to be that emboss feature, and then I'm not going to ink through this one as well. I'm just a little tiny bit just for the trees, and then I'm going to do a little bit of paper piecing again. So let's just pop that one through, take the tape off there, and then I'm going to cut out some elements to make an aperture. So first thing we'll do is take that die away, get all the pieces away there.
Great that you're getting that brush included as well when you're going for that larger collection.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's going to be super handy, isn't it?
So just to show you what we've actually got underneath there, again, you can see it's taken most of those pieces away. There's just an odd little tiny pesky piece that's decided to stay in place there, but beautiful. I don't know whether we can actually see. We'll get our George to zoom in because I want you to just have a look. Oh yeah, I can see that. There's a little piece of the snow down at the bottom here, and then you can see the snow element on the actual trees as well, where it's just embossed it, and I think it's just worth that extra pass just to get that detail in there. So let's move all this to one side, and then I'm just very quickly, I'm just going to use what ink is left on my dauber, because the two trees here, I'm just going to pop this back in place. As I say, you can sort of feel it click back into place, and then I'm just going to add just a little bit what's already on there, just to highlight those areas on the tree there. That's enough. And then what I've done is I've used some scraps again of paper to cut a couple of the extra pieces. So we're actually going to pop, I've put some black through to actually create Mr. Snowman's hat, and I've put some pink through to create his little girlfriend's hat there.
Love it.
So we're going to pop those on as well. But just before we do that, I need my craft knife. Now, I would recommend measuring this at home, and I have got one that I've cut out and measured. But basically what I want you to do, let me just put the fold lines back in so that I can see where the edges are.
Great to see how we can cut these into things as well. It's what, you know,
Yep.
I mean, as an edgeable concept, they're brilliant, but it's really wonderful. I mean, I guess what we talk about, really, Jan, isn't it? When we talk about things being designed by crafters for crafters, that
Yeah.
you always know you're going to get the most craftability out of pretty much everything that we bring to you here at Crafters
They've all
TV.
been tested, so we know you've got the confidence of knowing that they're going to do the job that they're meant to do. Now, as I say, I would actually recommend measuring this and cutting it out, you know, a bit more straight than what I've done. But basically what I want to do is take that piece out to make an aperture there. Just remove that from the back of there so that we've got the window. Okay? So, our Georgina's on the page, isn't she now? She's realising what I'm up to. So what I'm going to do then is just swap it, because this one's been done. I've actually measured this on the back and got it taped up ready. The one thing I haven't got is the inking on there, but you've seen me do that bit. So what we've got there, and then again I've taken some of that. This is the snowflake this time rather than the snowfall, and I've popped some tape on the inside ready so that we can put to like cover the window. Obviously it could be vellum on the inside of there, it could be pattern paper. If you've got some paper that's got the scenes on, you know, you could actually use that in the back. So just on the back of those elements there, I'm going to pop a little bit of that dotty glue just to keep it stuck down in place, and then I'm going to pop this into that gap there just to create a window in the back there. So this is the inside of the box, and then you can see we've got that detail going on behind there. All right.
Amazing.
And then I've just got some bits for the sides to pop on. So we're just going to pop these little scraps of paper that are left over. I know I mentioned this on one of the other shows. When I'm working with paper pads and things like that, I never throw the scraps away, because even the smallest of pieces, you can see now, come in handy for this kind of thing. So I keep them all together in a plastic wallet with the relevant paper pad, and then you've got them there if you need, because the last thing you want to do is cut into a big 12 by 12 sheet to just get these little pieces to go round the edge there. So we're just going to pop those on the sides to decorate the side pieces there. So 2 long edges and 2 short edges.
Excellent. Barbara's loving this show. She says, Jan and Joe, great show with stunning cards. I could watch the two of you all day long.
Oh,
isn't that lovely?
Thank you.
Kathy says she's ordered the snowman. Love it. She is really looking forward to getting that home. And Yolanda saying how much she loves our low tack tape. There we go. Kathy also says luxury cardstock is about 28 cents a sheet. Great deal. Absolutely. Excellent. It is a great deal indeed. Mary, loving the deer design as well. I mean, lots of you choosing to go for the whole collection. So you're going to have so much choice when it comes to the amount of different designs that you're going to be able to make with these, and also the amount of different concepts that you're able to make as well. And the fact that they are edgeables means that, you know, using them, there's so many different edgeables. I mean, I couldn't even begin to speculate how many concepts there must be that you can create with an edgeable die, Jan. There are
Honestly,
so many, aren't there?
Loads. And like you said, Joe, we've got loads of shows out there that show you how to use the edgeables. So don't sort of miss out on the ideas. I mean, I've been able to show you 6 different designs this afternoon, but you just go to town with them, have a play with them. Like I've said many times before, you know, when you get your dies, just cut them out of some scrap card, see what they look like, see what they do, and then that way you can have a go with them then with your, you know, your nice stuff when you're actually comfortable with how they work, you know, sort out the pressure and the plates that you need for your machine, and then go on to that really nice cardstock that you've got to play with. So again, I'm just going to pop those over the top, and I did that just by popping some scrap card into the die again, and then we can fasten that box together. And I've already stuck the actual base together, and the cardstock's from the pastel 12 by 12 pad. So again, we've got those corners to stick together, and I've used the green for the bottom, which is why I brought that turquoisey green into the matten layer at the top there. Just got a
Looking
little
gorgeous, that Jan.
extra decoration there to go on the corner there, just because we can. Oops, I knew that was going to do that. And then, as I say, I've done the base in the green, popped a little bit of those scraps around the edge again there, and then we'll pop that together, and you've got your gift box with the little snowmen. Could just as easily have been that Town of Bethlehem. If you're using one of the portrait ones, then you'd need to have your window this way. It could have been the angel in there or the tree. They will all mix and match with those designs that we've done today to give you that sort of fun factor with them.
Really beautiful,
Okay.
Jan. Did you want to get your demos lined up, Jan, and
Yep.
we'll vote for that creation of the show. You've still got some more time to get any last minute questions or comments into me, Crafters TV, over on Facebook, Crafters Companion, across on YouTube as well, and that's actually how you're going to vote as well, so make sure you get your voting fingers ready to go. It's going to be a hard choice, Jan, today.
Top of the show that we started off with that basic card, and we've got an opening, just a side opener with that elegant angel, and we started off there with that inking through, so that was number 1.
Awesome.
Number 2 was Mary and Joseph on that trifold there with the paper piecing, so that was number 2. Number 3 was the Christmas tree with that unusual fold like so, just to give you that drop shadow on there. That's number 3. Number 4 was the Town of Bethlehem on the stepper card there, and we used that pearlescent spray on there, so that was number 4. Number 5 was the reindeer forest.
Beautiful.
And we did the dome with the snowfall acetate on that one, so that's number 5. And number 6 was the joyful snowman on your little gift box there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6.
Amazing. Get voting right now over on Crafters TV, on Facebook, Crafters Companion on YouTube. Right, I'm going to take you back through the fall collection and exactly what you are getting included in there as well. It is an amazing collection here. I think you're going to get so much craftability out of each and every one of these particular dies here too. Again, you can see with these on the boards just in monochrome just how much incredible detail there is, but you've also got the ability to use it cutting the edge, cut it all the way out if you so wish, and you could even come around and fussy cut this if you wanted to, just taking that central piece out. So many different ways in which you're going to be able to put these together. You've got that amazing Christmas angel in there. You've then got the beautiful Christmas tree within there too, as you can see. It really is awesome. You've got the presents there under the tree, the icicles, lots and lots of details packed into each and every one of these dies. We've then got Mary and Joseph here as well, so you can see Mary and Joseph, the baby, the wee donkey. You've got the palm trees in there as well. It's just so much detail in each and every one. And also, they give you loads of space to craft around them as well. Think about background washes. Are you going to use pattern papers? It's completely up to you how you want to put these together. Then we've got that amazing Bethlehem scene. Just gorgeous. Again, so much detail within there, which is fantastic. And you can see absolutely loads and loads of detail. I love how you got that perspective with this one as well. You can really see the foreground, the midground and the background within that one. The next one we've got for you is this one here, which is these very, very happy snowmen. The joyful snowmen is what we're looking at here. We've got the Christmas trees in there, the trees. You can see we've got the picket fence running through the middle there. Just lots and lots of detail in every single element of these collections. And then here, of course, you've got that amazing reindeer too, in the forest there, and again loads and loads of details. I love how it goes from being cut in to cut out, and of course I think loads of detail, loads of ways you're going to be able to play around with that and make something really, really unique. $67.99 or $79.95. Platinum members are looking at less than £55 or less than $65, which is great. You are going to get that die brush included in there as well, remember, and you've got the sponge in there too, so you can really get all those bits out of there very, very easily. Really, really busy now as we move towards the end of the show. I want to take a moment just to share with you all the details of Club Inspire and also a US shipping.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
So busy under that. Lots and lots of you checking out your baskets. Loved all of Jan's demos as usual. One says, Jan, I hope you're feeling better. So it's one of my favourite shows ever. All of your cards should be card of the show. On that note, card of the show, what do you think it is, Jan? If you were a betting lady, what would you be putting your money on today?
I don't know.
Georgina's going with 5.
Personally, I like was it number 4, the
number
town
4.
of Bethlehem? Yes.
It's not number 5. It's not number 4. George? It's not number 2.
Is
no.
It the snowmen?
I'd be if I was the bookie, I'd be taking all of your money. It's number 6 is
number
the card
6, the little
or creation of the show.
Yeah.
The box is
Fantastic.
Everyone's favourite. So we'll be popping Jan's name on the back of that, popping it up on what was it called again now? The Cabinet of Creativity. It'll be going up there. Now, don't forget there's loads more coming up today here for you on Crafters TV. Creative Cravings comes your way. Is it over? No, it's over there. Creative Cravings comes your way. 7 p.m. a little later today. It's not 3 p.m. on the East Coast. It's 2 p.m. on the East Coast. So don't worry about that. Don't come at 3 p.m. East Coast because you'll have missed half of the show. You need to be back here at 2 p.m. East Coast time. And then tomorrow, midday in the UK, of course 7 a.m. East Coast time, will be Wake Up Call with Craig. We'll be looking ahead to all the fabulous things that are happening tomorrow. I'll be back with you. I'm back with you until the end of the weekend actually, so buckle yourself in. You'll be sick of me by the end of Sunday, but we'll have lots of fun, I'm sure. And we've got loads of different experts joining us as well over the weekend, so it's going to be really, really fun. And then at the end, on Sunday, it's me and Becky here. Oh. How strange is that going to be? Yeah. That's going to be an odd one, isn't it?
What's Becky here?
Becky's going to be over there, I'm going to be over here, yeah.
That's going to be strange, isn't it?
I know.
It's going to be strange for Becky as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Come and join us for that. We're going to have a really wonderful Super Sunday on Sunday. Becky will be here with Bernie in the morning, and then I'll be here for the 2 afternoon shows as well, so it'll be really fun. Anyway, Jan, did you want to share with us a few little bits that can be done with these? We've had such a busy launch day on these.
I was just going to show you those original samples again, just, try and get as much inspiration in as for you as we can. And again, just taking it down to that 4x6 design there. So that's sort of the minimum size, and that's that elegant angel. I just love the fact that those little wings pop out of there. It's got a little piece of vellum behind it. Beautiful design there, nice and simple. Okay, we've got the traditional tree. We've got Mary and Joseph, that reindeer forest, they're all on that 4x6 design. And then we've got the joyful snowmen on that landscape design. And then the town of Bethlehem there at the end in the black. I love that with the gold behind it to make it look like the lights are on.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I reckon someone's in there
fantastic.
having the most fabulous feast.
Yeah.
That's what I reckon's going on. And there's maybe like, oh, I don't know, lots of ladies in very fancy dresses and lots of delicious food that you'd sit down on the floor and eat. Ooh. Take me there
Making me
now,
feel
please, Jan.
hungry
Jan, can I say it's been an absolute pleasure to spend
Thank
the show with you.
you.
You've been an absolute trooper, Jan.
Thank
you really
you.
have, and shared with us some incredible demonstrations as well. Don't forget to check out your baskets over on the website. Make sure you get your hands on this brand new launch. I can't wait to see all the incredible things that you guys start creating with that. Remember, in that bundle, you're of course getting all 6 of those brand new dies, and you're going to get the die sponge in there as well. It's going to make it so super easy to release them. Make sure you check out your baskets. Make sure you join me back here in a couple of hours as well for Creative Craving, 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Across on the East Coast. We're going to have a bit of a sit down and a natter, maybe a little bit of dinner as well. Do what you need to do, but make sure you join us back here in 2 hours' time. I'll see you then. Take care.